everyone, it is Charlotte with Charlotte May Budgets for my first YouTube video. So I figured it would be fitting with it being the first of the month and all of that good stuff that we go ahead and start off with a debt confession. So I'm not sure how many of you do know, but I started working with Marlene at Snow Gardener 307 at the beginning of July. She had done my budget. She's done it all. She set up my August budget, and she's currently working on my September one. So I guess technically my first payoff would be starting at the last Friday of June. And so I believe that was June the 26th, something like that. If you hear anything in the background, it's my cat. He has a little mind of his own. Anyways, so what you're gonna see here, to get started, you're gonna see a lot of pay in fours. And just to be honest with you on these right here, basically it is, there was more month left at the end of the month than there was money. So a lot of these are like groceries, things that we had to have, stuff like that. It's not like I just went out crazy spending and bought a fancy purse, did this or that, but it happens, and it happens to the best of us. A little bit of backstory about myself. I have been following the budget community for a long time now. I've cash stuffed, I've done savings challenges, I've paid off debt, I've done it all really. Little bit of a health backstory. So probably in February, March of last year, I just got in this real big funk. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't think straight. I would sleep 10 plus hours, wake up even more tired. The fatigue was real. And it just seemed like nothing I could do, I could, get out of it. And I did not know what to do. So finally, my husband, he's like, you've got to go to the doctor. We've got to see what's going on. So of course I did. And after a lot of appointments and blood work, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. So if you don't know what Hashimoto's is, it's basically an autoimmune disorder. It affects your thyroid, and your thyroid affects your whole body, kind of like your energy levels. It affects everything under the sun. So it made a lot of sense. Not a big deal. Got put on some medication. I started feeling better. Everything was great. August came, and then I had to have an emergency gallbladder removal, which we hadn't met our max out of pocket at the time, which was okay. I was able to go ahead and empty all of the envelopes, do all the things, get the surgery. I was off of work for about 3.5 weeks during that time period. Thankfully, at that time, my husband was also out of town working a hurricane or a flood disaster. Something had happened around that time. So we were able to survive. Then probably closer in October, beginning of November, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was back to not wanting to get up, not wanting to socialize. I was getting these really weird rashes. It was a horrible experience. So after a lot of more doctor's appointments and things, I was diagnosed with lupus. So probably last year, I went from taking 0 medications to, I think now I'm up to 15 or 16 medications total. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to handle. Then in February of this year, we did end up having to move. It was very unexpected. We had been in our house previously for about 16, 17 years. So it wasn't planned for, it wasn't budgeted for. Good times. Basically, I emptied all of those envelopes all over again, and here we are. During that time, I was also put on a leave from work for health reasons. It was a struggle. It's been a struggle to figure out what medications work for me, what don't work, and what interact with each other. Luckily, I do work from home, so I am blessed that, I don't have to get up and do all the things in the morning prior to clocking into a shift. So I'm very, very thankful for that. Anyways, back to the subject. So the reason why I say this is there is a little bit of backstory. It wasn't like we've just been racking on debt, on debt, on debt. We've just had a few unfortunate events that, just kept coming. Anyways, so as you can see here, let's see if you can see. There we go. So you'll be able to see here that most of these were paid off in July. I think there was like one that followed over into August. Not a big deal. Got those taken care of. Now, I know Marlene typically is like, hey, $1,000. Dave Ramsey says $1,000 emergency fund. But for me, these were most important, right? They were sucking the life out of each and every paycheck that me and my husband were getting. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So moving on. Then we come down to our Wayfarers. Now, if you're not familiar with Wayfarers program, it's through a company called Kaput or something like that. Never in a million years will I ever touch another company like this again. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I didn't understand the process. It's one of those things where they throw you so many papers and you think, 90 days, same as cash. I can totally pay this off in 90 days. Well, womp womp, it didn't happen. Anyway, so these are actually weekly payments that were coming out of our paycheck. And what I thought was like this number, for instance, I originally thought I was down to like 500 and something dollars, but turns out that's just like the current pay as cash program, like the current value they're offering you to pay off at that time. I think now it's down to like 800 and something, which I have it here. We'll go over it. Anyways, I should have known better. I should have read more. I should have. I didn't. So here we are. Two of those. I did opt to go ahead and try to get all three of these paid off prior to really honing in on that $1,000 emergency fund. I did successfully get two of them off, and then I kind of backpedaled. Some things came up, and I was like, you know what? It would be nice to have a few $100s in the bank just in case something happens, right? I didn't want to have to come back up to this. Like, if something happened, this should not be my fallback, right? So I have currently just been paying the minimum on that. And then here's the other debts. Let me make sure you can see it all. So I do, of course, have my car. This is just the principal amount paid off. I am nowhere near trying to jump into that interest or, the payoff on that. I just have it listed so I have my starting base number. You will see a few credit cards here, a dental loan. This is the minimum payment on it. If I just pay the minimum come January, it's paid off. I think I have like 5 payments of $85 left, something like that. And then some credit cards. These are the balances. Our highest balance on a credit card is going to be that care credit. And that is just, again, those specialty appointments really, really got me. This is my son's car. Almost done paying it off. It started off like $5,000 last November when we got that for him. So moving on. These are all the debts. You're probably wondering like, hey, what is the total on that? So the grand total for those, including my car payment, is going to be about $46,088.13. For the upcoming videos, I am not going to technically count, and you'll see, I'm not going to count my car of $35,000, right? We're not there. Let's get through the main ones, the important ones as of right now. And then, you know, that can be a stretch goal later on to go ahead and finish paying off. So in June, not much. I told you it was just that one paycheck. It's $183.26 that we paid on those 3. In July, this is where we paid off those pay in 4s. We got all of those done, I think with the exception of like 1. And then we have the August. In the month of August is where I paid off, what did I pay off in August? I paid off the 2 Wayfarers, and I think there was that final pay in 4. I want to say it was, let's see here. Yes. So it was that final chase for $159.48. So that was finally paid off in August. So total combined, since I started on June the 26th, we have paid off about $1,447.16, which I put this here. Technically, I had to make it $11,000 due. It's almost 11. Let's round up. So I was able to mark off 13 of these. They're each going to be $110 just to try to have a visual, you know, something to motivate me, keep me on this journey, keep me going. So over here, let's see. So I did go ahead and I have been filling this out for all of the credit card or all of the debts. I think we're up to 12. That's with my car here. Again, we're not going to count that. If you can see my kitty cat, Mama Kitty, go. Thank you, ma'am. Anyways, I've been tracking it, but really we want to get that $1,000 emergency fund. We're up to $600 now, so yay, we're almost there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna tackle this because, let me catch my breath here. The reason why we're gonna go ahead and tackle this first is because I learned that I had kept seeing like these numbers over here. This is that current, what do they call it? Let me pull you up some. Okay, yeah, it offers a current cash price after each payment. So like right now, or on the 29th, when I made that $36.80 payment, it would have allowed me to pay it off for $573.16 had I done so. If not, then, you know, then I finished payment 25 of 52, with that being the balance. So the longer you keep paying, the more it's going to get closer to this number. Or backtrack. So technically this was the number here when I first started. And then as I've paid, you know, it's slowly coming down. But if you make all 52 payments of it, then, you know, it's 52 times $36.80. My goal is to hurry up and try to get that emergency fund funded. Again, you know, we're at $600 of it, and then to really tackle this. I don't want this number to be the number that I'm paying. I want it to be this number over here, closer to these, you know, the $500 range. That way I can save a little bit of money on those as well. So this is going to be our game plan. Emergency fund, we have another $400 or $500 left on that to do, and then to tackle this. That's the game plan. That's my debt confession. It's some pretty scary, ugly numbers. Could it be worse? Absolutely. Is it scary to me? Absolutely. To me, this was a big number. $10,932.22. Yes, it's more, but we're just not there to include that $35,000 yet. So this is going to be our number that we're going to work with, and we're going to track it every month. You know, So I really should carry this number down over here since we're starting September. But of course I put up all of my pins already. So anywho, this is our debt confession. This is the game plan that I am going to attempt. I'm not gonna attempt it. We're gonna have to do it, honestly. Like, we have to. For us to be making, you know, the money that my husband does make. And, you know, for me, my schedule is a little wonky just because, you know, if I'm able to work a full week, great. If I'm not, you know, I'm not. So mine's been a little unpredictable. But there's no reason why the majority of the check should be going out to, you know, those paying fors, that. We can do this. So I'm gonna pause you real quick. I'm gonna come back with this debt confession since I really wanted to post it yesterday, but time got away from me trying to crunch these numbers and figure it out. I had a massive headache and it just wasn't mathing for me. I'm gonna come back on here and I'm going to do some mini money moves. Basically, you know, mini Monday. I'm gonna go ahead and attach it to this video. That way it's up for the first of the month and we're starting on a good path here. So give me a moment and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I am back. I am working with 31s here just to get us started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So I do have my 31s here and I do have some freebies. So this one here is going to be from Angela Marie 888. I thought it was absolutely darling. I love sunflowers. So this one here is going to be from Teacher Mom Budgets. Another love. My son plays football and I just love fall. This one is going to be mine. You can find it over in my Ko-fi shop. I've made a free one just about almost every day since I decided I was going to attempt this journey. So if you haven't checked them out, definitely go check them out. And then this one here is from Stuffin' Budgets. I loved it. All the little back to school supplies. And I am absolutely obsessed with Reynolds Budgets. I love her designs. I love everything. I know this is technically like a Christmas in July one, but we're going to start with that. And then of course this one over here is going to be Miss Buttercup Budgets. I am going to go ahead and roll a 4-sided die to tell me how many bills to go ahead and put on each one, and we'll go from there. So that is going to be a 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Bear with me. I'm trying to go ahead and get used to it. That is a 1, 1, 2, 3. It's 1. It's 1. Come on. That is a 2. It's getting a little crazy over here. A 4. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We have about $2 left. Let's see. And that says 4, so the last 2 is gonna go here. All right, so bear with me just a moment. Let's go ahead and get this all cleaned up here. Let's be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And as I am saying that, I'm realizing that I had literally put up all of my markers, pens, everything. So bear with me and I'll be right back. Awesome. Okay, so I am back. Let's see here. So number 1, I have a ton of binders, but I was looking to just like put it in something simple that I can just grab and do without it just being overwhelming. So let's see here. Wow, this one got a lot. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's take a look here. So let's see, each icon, let's do $5. And so this was 9, so that's gonna be 5, 8, and 9 to get that one going. Here we go, $9. Watch me end up switching back to a binder just from me like getting tired of trying to shove those in there. All right, so this one here from Teacher Mom Budgets, this one got 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and get that put up. And this one was mine. And I'm just gonna make each one of these $1. I've seen where people make them $1, make them $2, you know, some $5. For just getting started, I think I'm just gonna do $1 and just try to stay consistent at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Perfect. There we go. All right. And this one, oh, upside down. This one was from Stuff and Budget, and today she got 1, 2, and 3. So let's just go ahead and mark off this book here for $3. Every little bit helps, right? I'm just learning that I've just got to have that motivation. I have to have something to keep pushing me. I hadn't been doing anything while working with Marlene, and I've just realized that it's hard. It's hard to just pay it. Just pay it. Don't have any fun with it first, you know. It's hard. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are gonna be $1 each, and we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Simple enough. And I also say, you know, that I've been following the community for a while. So like a dice tower, I don't want anybody to think like, oh, she went and bought this, she went and bought this, you know, to make a video. No, I didn't. It's stuff that I've already had. There was like a little meme or thing going around where it's like, oh, I don't really have any hobbies. My hobby is to collect things to do a hobby with. It like summed me up perfect. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So on this one, since there's more apples, let's just make each apple, gosh, I guess $3. And this was how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and mark off 1 apple and $1 to get this challenge going. All right, so with that, you know, I hope you follow along on my journey. I got these dashboards from CBA Mom Saves. I do hope you follow along on my journey. If you want more in detail, you know, I definitely also recommend you go check out Snow Gardener 307 Budgets with Marlene. Her Back to the Basics basically sums up everything. You can literally watch from day one on this journey. For me, I'm gonna do some savings challenges. I'm gonna do my debt update monthly, and I'm not sure, you know, I think this is probably gonna be the last month that Marlene does my budget. I'm not sure yet. We haven't really talked about it for September. I know she's gonna do September. She's currently working on it now. But you know, for October, I'm not sure. So that may be something that ends up being added over here to my channel as well. Regardless, I thank you for watching today. I will be putting up another couple of videos this week as well. Follow, subscribe, and I appreciate any kind words, advice, anything that you can possibly say, you know, and I thank you so very much. Until next time, bye.